And here we go. We will start by describing the weekly plan of this week, starting from 26 April till 30 April. We will take today at this session the the main topic is comparing two columns inside the Microsoft Excel program, and we will have a revision on how to create a graph on the Excel and how creating one graph for one set of data and creating a graph for two sets of data. And the homework is page 37 and 38 inside your booklet, and those are the online sessions that describe those three topics. And the part of your project is part 3. You have to make name of each range used in Excel sheet. If you didn't know how to do this, you must go back to the YouTube channel and or go back to your Scholera, and you will see all the links of our online sessions. And this is maybe the third or the fourth online session. We describe it in details and how to make it in so much details. And we will have a quiz at 30 April from 12 and half p.m. Sorry, p.m. 12 and half p.m. till 1 and 10 p.m. Fine, this is our weekly plan, and if you want to know in anywhere what's my homework or what is my promotion project, or where or how is our online quiz, you could see these details in our weekly plan, and you have it on Scholera, on content, and you have it on your WhatsApp group. We will start from here comparing two columns inside the Excel sheet. We will start from page 22 with step number 1, which is highlight the name, the first cell of a blank column. At first, when do we use this option or this thing, which is comparing two columns? I want to see if this column right here, which is A, is equal to the left column, which is B. Is A, column A, equals column B? For example, this cell, which is A2, 505, equals to the cell B2, which is 233, and I want the result in C2 cell to see if both are equal or not. The first thing I must to highlight the cell, an empty cell or blank cell in a blank column to see the result in it. The next step, I will type the comparison formula for the first row. I will make this formula or this function in this cell. Then I will drag and drop from down right at the bottom in this cell, drag and drop in all the columns I want to see or apply this function also in it. What is the function that I use to compare two things? The first is if. It's if formula. If A2 equals B2, he will put match, and if not, he will put no match. So what are the format of this function? At first I will write if equals. At first I will write equal to identify that I will write a formula. Then I will put if, a word if, and opens a bracket and put and select on the first cell and put equal, then select on the second cell to see its name here, A2 equals B2, and I will put comma to put between between double quotation, the first word or the first result. I want to see it if this formula is true. What he will put? He will put in this cell the word match. Then I will put comma and put between double quotation no match when this formula is not true, it's false. A is not equal, A2 is not equal B2. I will put no match and I will close the bracket and press enter to apply this formula to this cell. What is the third step? The third step is double clicking the fill box in the bottom corner of the cell. I will go to the bottom of the cell and press and hold and drag my hand and leave it to apply the function on those three cells. The last step is look for match and no match to be sure and to make sure that the function is working well. Let's go to see it on an Excel sheet. We will go at first here and open this Excel sheet. And I want to compare, for example, those two columns. What is the first step? I have to go back to my book and see what is the first step. He is saying highlight the first cell of a blank column. So I will search for a blank column. This is a blank one. And I will start the next step, write the formula inside. The formula is starting always with equal. Then I will put my formula name, which is if. And you will see here a description for this, which is used in checks. It check whether a condition is met and return one value if true and another value is false. If you didn't put match or no match inside the formula, he will give you true or false. This is the default one. But if you want to specify to see an specified result, if it's true, and specified result if it's not true, you have to put this words inside the formula, and we will see it with both ways. I will press enter to choose the if and open the bracket to see here the description of this or the formula of this rule. If, then open a bracket and put your logical test. What is my logical test? Which is the condition I want to check it, which is true or not. I will stand in this cell to see its name G1 equals, stand on the second cell to see H1, which is I want to compare G1 with H1. Then I will put comma to see here the value if true. If it's true, I want to see what I want to see between double quotation the word match. He is saying here between brackets. The formula is between brackets. We will try it with double quotation and we will try it with brackets. And then we will put comma, and between another double quotation, we will put no match and press enter. So the result here is no match, as net monthly salary is not equal annual salary. If I want to apply this function on all of those cells, I will go to the down right on this cell that contains the formula and press and hold and drag my hand to select on all of the cells I want to apply the function on them, and leave my hand to see all of those are not matching those cells. The column G is not matching anymore the column H. We will try by changing this value to 300, sorry, 3,950 to see the result here changes to match as both of those cells are equal. I want to go back and try the brackets instead of the double quotations. And press enter to see here a problem in this formula. There is a problem with this formula. So I can't make or display a word without putting it inside double quotation. So the brackets are not applied anymore. I will make Control Z. I will also try to delete this and leave only the formula, which is if, contains only the logical test without applying a value if it's true to be displayed, or identifying a value if it's false to be displayed, and press enter. There is a problem. So here, if I started by identifying a value with if it's true and the value if it's false, I can't change this one anymore. We will see it inside the video, but at first I want to see if anyone have a question. What's your question, Jana?
Miss, I didn't understand last part.
Which part? The part
Last
of the
part.
formula?
Yes.
All of the formula, or the value of
No.
the true and the value of the false?
Yes.
What?
Yes. The value of the phone.
The value. Okay. In here, I have a comparison between G1 and G2 and H1 and H1. I want to see here if G1 equals H1. I will specify a value to see it when it's matching or not matching. If it's true, G1 equals H1, he will gives you match, the word match. And if it's not true, it's false, he will give you false. Sorry, he will give you not match. Any word you have to specify it to see it when it's true or when it's false. Between double quotation, I will put, for example, right, which is okay, means okay, and between another double quotation I will put wrong and press enter. It's not applied on those cells. I will apply it by drag and drop and leaving my hand to see here. This only two cells are equal, so I will see here right, and all of those cells are not equal, so I will see it wrong. Is there any problems until now? It's fine.
Yes.
Okay, we will see a small video on this option, which is comparing two columns in the Excel.
Hello and welcome to this Excel tips video. I am Sumit Bansal, and in this video I'm going to show you a few examples on how to compare two columns in Excel and look for matches and differences. So here I have this example where I have these two columns and I want to quickly compare whether these two names here in the same row are same or not. So this is a very basic example where all I have to do is simply use this cell reference equal to this cell reference and I check whether this is true or false. So in case these two names are same, it is going to give me true, else it is going to give me false.
This is the way I'm telling you that I can put or write only the formula, which is this cell equals this cell or not, and apply it on the other cells without identifying a value to see it when it's true or false. So the default, if they are equal, it will put true, and if it are not equal, it will display false.
Now, if you want a little more descriptive name, you can also use the if condition where the test would be again the same. A2 is equal to B2, and here I would say give me match when there is a match there, and in case it's not a match, then give me no match as the text. And here you can see when I copy this down, it would instantly give me match and no match, where I can see these are the rows where the data does not match. Now this is a very basic example. Let's see something a little more practical, where I have these two columns and I have these company names, and I want to check what are the company names that are there in both column 1 as well as column 2. So I would simply select this data, go to the home tab, and in conditional formatting go to highlight cell rules, and here I would
This step is mainly used to highlight the cells that have the same values or duplicated values with the same color.
click on duplicate values, and in the duplicate values dialog box I would make sure duplicate is selected, specify the formatting. You can choose from these formatting, or you can click on custom and then you can design your own format and click on OK. And as soon as you do this, it is going to highlight these cells which have those names that are there in column 1 as well as column 2. So you can see these are 6 names that are there in both these columns. Now in case
He mainly highlight the cells that are equal on both columns. This is another way to compare the columns, or its practical way to compare the results or the cells inside two columns.
case you want to look for those names that are there only in one column and not the other column, then again you can use conditional formatting. So I would select this data set, go to the home tab, in conditional formatting go to highlight cell rules, duplicate values, and here instead of duplicate I'm going to look for unique values, and I can change.
We have here in duplicate values, he will select on both values are equal on both columns, but I can't change this value from duplicate to unique. He will only select the unique data which it's not duplicated. I have only one Amazon in both columns, and I only have one Apple on both columns, and so on.
Change the formatting here, click OK, and instantly it gives me these 6 companies that are there only in column 1 and these 2 companies that are only there in column 2. So this is something that I personally have to use a lot, and this is really useful. Now let me also show you how to do this using a formula. So I want to find out what are the names that are there in column 1 but not in column 2. So here I can use a VLOOKUP formula where
We can stop until till here. This is, you have only way inside your book. This is the basic way, and you also see two other ways, and from highlighting in home tab, you can also use it in your project. Now we will have a revision on how to make a graph on one set of data and how to make a graph on 2 sets of data. We described it before, but we will revise on it. At first, how to create one graph on one Excel sheet. At first, you will enter your data in the spreadsheet like this. The next step, with your cursor, you will highlight all those cells appeared that you want to appear it inside the graph. Then you will go to the formula group and select one of those shapes, and you mainly can select the recommended one and choose its shape and leave your hand to see the graph in front of you. How to put those 2 sets on the data? You have to select at first on the 2 sets of data. You want to create a graph on them. Step 2, you will choose Insert tab and go to recommended charts in the group chart. And number 3, you will select all the charts and choose Compo from this chart. And then select on cluster columns, set a line, and this is the default one. We said before that this is the default type. Then you will choose the type of this chart. You will use it to see its shape in your Excel sheet. And then you will press OK to create this compo chart and choose Control S to save it in your workbook. We will also go back to revise your this week project. This part of your project is making names for the columns. We will go to see it. Make names for each range used in the Excel sheet. You have an Excel sheet, like my Excel sheet, and this is described in page 18 in your booklet. How to make this? I want to make a name range for my I want to give a name for my range. For example, I will go to this Excel sheet. This is my Excel sheet. I want to name this range as names. Fine. What are the steps? The first step, I have to select on those cells I want to name them. Then I will go to insert to give them a name. Wait a minute. Sorry. I will go to formula tab and choose name manager. Then I will start to give a new name. In my workbook, this is only, you have only sheet 1 here, my range inside sheet 1, I will choose sheet 1. What is the range? As I am selecting this before choosing name range, he will give me the range here equal sheet 1 from B2 till B10. What is the name of those? I want to name it as names and press OK. To see here, I have a range called names. Fine. Again, I want to make a new one without selecting before this. I want to make a monthly salary for those, give those range a name which is monthly salary. I will press new and choose here monthly salary. I will write monthly salary. On which scope? On sheet 1. From what cell? From from C2 till, drag and drop my hand, from C2 till C10. Fine. And I will delete this because I didn't need it. I only need from C2 till C10 and press OK. There is a problem in the syntax of this name. I will delete all of this and stand again here and drag and drop my hand and press OK. Sorry, we have a problem in the name. The name have to start with letter or underscore. Doesn't include any space or characters that isn't allowed. Doesn't conflict with the existing name. So I didn't have to repeat any name. It has to start with letter or underscore. The third, it doesn't have spaces. Here we have a space, so we have a problem inside here. I will put underscore instead of the space and press OK. To see here, we have two name ranges. The range, this range is called name, and this range is called monthly salary. And we have here the values of these cells, reference to what? To sheet 1 from C2 till C10, and here from B2 to till B10. This is your project for this week. And here is, we ended our session from here, and we will start discussing if you has if you have any question, I will answer your questions.